The Pick and Pay Women's Super League is back for round 2 in wonderful Wellington. Once again, what an entertaining first round we had. And we continue the action here with the Sanlam Boland Damas, taking on the Border Ladies. Border Ladies had a really rough result last weekend when they took on the reigning 3-time champions, the Bulls Daisies. They took 100 points in that game, failed to score any of their own, so they're really looking to refresh their season here in week 2. On the other hand, Sanlam Boland Damas perennially are contending for that title, and they're looking to take the next step this season. On the evidence that we saw last weekend, they might do just that. Welcome to Wellington. My name is Paul Stubbs. I'm joined by Eloise Webb here in commentary, a woman who has represented both of these franchises. Eloise, it's going to be a wonderful day here in Wellington. Are you looking forward to the game? And when can we see you in action for Boland?
Thank you so much for having me, Stubbs. It's something new for me in this Wellington heat. I think it's going to be a cracker of a game. Hopefully I'll be back soon. I'm very excited. It's not always nice sitting here upstairs watching a game of rugby, but yes, we're going to do our best.
I beg to differ, Eloise. I love it up here. Don't have to run a single meter in the searing heat here in Wellington today. So it'll be interesting to see who handles those conditions better. It's not so breezy, always a bit of a breeze to contend with. But we'll speak about the details in a little while. So the Bulls Daisies, they haven't played 6 matches quite yet. They've played the one, scored 100 points against Border. There's no question that they will be in contention for the title. There's a 99.9% chance they'll be in the semi-finals. So the question is, who are going to contend with them this season? And there at the top of the log are 2 of the teams who have been contending in recent years, Western Province and the Boland Damas. Eloise, do you see anybody potentially upsetting the Daisies this season?
Oh, we really hope so, Stubbs. So we're very excited. I think Boland is a good team physically wise, and now we got quite a lot of speed on the edges. So I think that's going to help us a lot. I watched Western Province. They don't look bad at all. They also very physical, but they also have good decision makers in that team. So let's hope if we can play good rugby, we can take Bulls Daisies on for a bit. So I think that can help them as a team as well. So I really hope one of the teams can just give them a go and see what they're about.
100%, and we will find out as the season goes on. One round of competition, and here are the results and some of the upcoming fixtures here in round 2 of the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. With the brand name sponsor attached this season, the women's game continues to march forward. Western Province taking care of the Lions. Further evidence to what we were just speaking about, the dominance of the Daisies and the Western Province team.
Yeah, 100%. That Western Province team looks like they're really on a high. It looks quite good. The previous game they played, they also looked strong and confident. So let's see how the competition goes on.
And of course, all of this is to feed the national side. Not so, Eloise. You've won a couple of caps yourself. What a year it was last year for women's rugby, not so?
Definitely. We're very excited where women's rugby is going in South Africa. I think we did so well in the World Cup last year. So, yeah, we're very happy. Hopefully we can just go forward from there on.
And so we shall, but going forward from here on, we're taking a look at the Border Ladies side. Now, you were telling me just pre-match, Eloise, we were having a chat. These Border Ladies have been together for a little while, and they need to find a way to up their game to be competitive, because it's been tough. They took 100 points last week.
I think that was one of the toughest outings to have as a first match. Yeah. So I really feel for the Border Ladies. If you watch their game, they really did well in that first 20 minutes, but with a team that just continues running at you, it makes it very difficult.
Anybody stand out for you in this team? 2 Springboks, perhaps?
100%. Mdleki is one of the biggest up-and-coming props. I think she has a lot of talent. She also kicks the ball sometimes. So she thinks she's a fly up there on prop. So, and Apiwe definitely carrying the team forward. Physicality is next level. So, yeah, I think she does a lot of dirty work for them. So I think we have to keep an eye on the 2 of them and see how they do today.
Of course, Border Ladies used to be the powerhouse of South African women's rugby before they've had a number of their players poached away from them over the course of time. Here are their reserves for today, and of course now the dominant names in South African women's rugby, Sanlam Boland Dames, Bulls Daisies in Western Province, and the Boland Dames now last weekend were absolutely entertaining. A couple of new players in their ranks. Here is their starting lineup for today. Maxine Valentine winning a 51st cap. Couple of Springbok representatives, Buhle Sonamzi of the Springbok Sevens, Felicia Jacobs of the Springbok Sevens and 15s. Rufaro Tagarira was the woman of the match last weekend. Eloise, who should we watch out for besides those names on this Boland side?
Oh, I think Chloe Adams did amazingly good. And Ropa is also awesome there at the forwards. As Cesar Hele, we can't get away from her physicality.
Yeah.
So we have to keep an eye out for her. And our speed on the outside, I think that's going to be very interesting. We'll see if Zinhle Nokosana can bring them in the game a little bit more. So we're very excited to see them.
And the bench players, or as they're called these days, the finishers. Any talent on the bench there, Eloise?
Definitely. Sanalo is also one of the wings that's coming through. She's also quite physical with her tackles, so that's good. Lulu is actually one of the players that got a baby now recently.
Congratulations.
So well done for her to be back. We look forward to seeing her as well.
Well, what a match lies in prospect, but that all depends on the performance of Border Ladies. Can they step up to the plate here and challenge one of the finest teams in the competition? Watch out for that pace on the wing. Tereska Kabuwika turned around last weekend and fetched her opposition player in the most spectacular fashion.
And you must remember, Stubbs Snee is not one of the slowest players in the game. So for her to chase back and do that was awesome. Yeah, so we look forward to seeing more of her.
Well, let me tap your knowledge just for a moment. We're going to have a chat at half-time as well about the state of women's rugby, but you've played for both of these unions. So let's talk about that first. Boland, you've come to the Boland region. What is the program like? Are you enjoying your time here? How is it living in Wellington as well?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we actually train in Hermanus, which is quite a bit cooler than here in Wellington, so we don't mind that at all. Yeah. And it's actually close to home here. I'm in Somerset West at the moment, so it's less traveling for me up and down. So, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And some interesting facts is most of the ladies are living in Hermanus at the moment, so they actually train together quite often, so they know each other quite well. So we go through twice a week just to train with them. So that's awesome. With a Border, it was quite difficult to train together as a team, so I have a lot of respect for those ladies coming here and actually competing against teams that train together every day.
Somerset West versus Hermanus. You're not thinking about moving out that side to the seaside, doing some whale watching?
Maybe a lot less traveling up and down through the week, eh? Yeah, definitely. We enjoy Somerset West quite a bit. We so the heat helps a lot with everything. So
okay, well, we are almost ready to get underway here on this beautiful Saturday in the Boland, making their way onto the field. These are the Border Ladies, led today by Apiwe Ngwevu, the captain of Border and one of the two Springbok representatives in their 15, as well as Nombuyeke Zomdliki. Now they're going to have a job on their hands containing a Sanlam Boland Dames side that do love to run the ball, but they have an entirely rounded game as well, which is what makes them competitive against the likes of the Bulls Daisies, who have that strong scrum as well. You need to earn the turn, if you will. You've got to make sure that you have your set pieces functioning at the right level in order to take on the best in the game. Otherwise, they can snuff you out far too easily. And Boland Dames might just have that in the locker. I know you're a bit biased this season, Eloise, but they might just have enough to contend.
Yeah, we have to say Boland Dames scrum is very, very good, and that helps us as backline players to play the ball quite nicely at the back. So let's hope today it will look like that. Let's see how Border Ladies does to compete against that scrumming and lineouts, because their mauls is also very good. So we'll see how they do against the mauls and scrums of Boland Dames.
Very true. The woman in charge today is Giana Viljoen. Just crossed my mind, Eloise. You've come to Boland here, but I know you play basically every position in the back line. What position have you joined Boland Dames with the intention to play?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, Stubbs. I enjoy rugby all over, except for in the forwards, I guess. Yeah, so I'm trying a little bit of fly-off to see how that goes. A lot of decision-making, but with a 9 like Felicia Jacobs, it makes it a lot easier. Experienced 9, so yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't play together that often now at Sanlam Boland, so hopefully in the future we'll play a bit more.
Well, we look forward to it a couple of weeks until the return of Eloise Webb, and seconds away from kickoff here in round 2 of the Pick and Pay Women's Super League in Wellington. Boland Damas taken possession well, and big hit coming from Ngwevu, one of the Springbok representatives out in England at the World Cup just last year. And now carrying in Maxine Valentine, always willing and able on the carry. Hele managed to body oh so well in that match last week against Free State. The victory in the opening round for Boland Damas. Used the attention that she attracts with ball in hand to create opportunities for her teammates. Turnover from Border, a penalty to the visiting team.
We just can't get away from our Piwe's physicality in there, eh? First few minutes of the game and she already showed her presence.
Now she provides plenty of punch. Had to find her way back into the game, of course, in Ngwevu as well, and stayed dedicated, trained, and made her way back into that green and gold jersey. Great to see her representing Border as well and making, or attempting to make sure the standards stay high here in Border. It is a real challenge when you're leaking players every single year, and having players like her can only help the cause. Zinhle Holofela. Good strike. Oh, drop short.
Awesome kick from Zinhle Olafella there to almost get Border on the scoreboard first.
Yeah. Well, it remains 0-0. We are underway here. Looking forward to some excitement here today. So here is Felicia Jacobs.
No, it's fine.
She won't be executing the exit. Looks like the breeze has picked up downfield. It's blowing at Border's back.
Yeah, Border playing with the wind for the first half. There wasn't much of a breeze before the game, so luckily for them, the breeze will help them cool down a bit, hopefully.
Let's see if they can make best use of it, but certainly it will be cooling. It's helping up here, I can tell you that much. Vakalisa brought down.
No, leave, step. Let's play.
Chaos at the breakdown. Cesar Hele coaching as well as turning the ball over.
That helps a lot if someone knows the rugby rules so much, eh?
And is willing to share that knowledge. Forward comes Giana. Jacobs waiting for a clean presentation. Boland Damas looking to hit their stride, and when they do, they are irrepressible. Taking on her opposite number is Tagarira. And what an opposite number it is. And Ngwevu beaten for once, but she's back for more.
Release
Away from Nonkasana. Oh, that is some physical defense.
That's an awesome tackle there from Border.
Woo. Bang in the midfield. And we are definitely underway. These players will be warmed up in every sense of the word.
That's it, good.
36 degrees right now.
Scorcher of a day today.
Truly it is, Eloise.
Bind. Sit.
That's why I say it's better to watch from up here.
No, that's a difficult one. I'm sitting here in my chair trying to not move around too much.
I'm sure you want to get out there and help your teammates. Right now, it's Border on the attack. Boland attempt the turnover. It looked like it was a great attempt as well from Tagarira. You know, debut season for Boland, she's looking really sharp. She was the best player on the field last weekend, but I was the person that chose that woman of the match, so You know, I would say so. What did you think of her?
You were a bit biased there, or what? No, she's excellent. She's an excellent rugby player. Her physicality against Apiwe's one is going to be an interesting matchup. Yeah, I'm very excited to see it, and it already showed the physicality is there. So, yeah, I don't think it was a bad choice at all.
This Tagarira and Varushka Grain combination in the center is seriously dangerous for Boland, and then you have pace on the wings as well. Chloe Adams, brilliant hands and an all-round skill set. It's danger.
100%. We must just bring our wings into the game a little bit more as Sanlam Boland dames, and we'll see today how they do it.
Well, it's Border with all the ball in the territory at the moment. It's Basana on the carry, brought down by Hele. Good quick recycle from Border, but now Boland are over the ball. Tagarira with the turnover.
Awesome line speed there from Varushka Grain as well to force that tackle and for her to steal that ball. Awesome.
So Boland into the wind, remember? So let's see how that affects this kick to touch. Heavily affects this kick to touch. It gets nowhere near the touchline in the end, and Border will begin from their own 10-meter line through Holofela. Wonderful pop ball as well, almost cutting the line wide open. Naipi, and now Border looking to move it wide. Positive play early on for the ladies from the Eastern Cape. Tagarira makes the tackle. Cleared by Mbonja. Bang-a-lang! That's a big carry from Naipi. And now Border on the front foot. They have numbers out wide, running wonderful straight lines, creating opportunities. Eventually, it breaks down with Mkhwetana. Still, Border have a chance. I mean, they keep players at depth out wide, and they run from depth as well. Let's see if they can keep this kind of form throughout the match, but already so far much better showing than the 100-0 against the Bulls last week. And oh yes, everybody loves to carry in this team. Vakalisa, the latest, but Boland deal with the danger, and this match is turning up the tempo.
We have to speak about the forwards interplay there with the backs from Border.
Yeah.
Yes, their soft skills is really something to talk about. It looks great, and they play the ball out wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if Boland can hold on to the ball for a little while, we'll see what they can do with ball in hand as well. Very impressive from Border early on. Oh, the line just not working. So difficult to get your tempo going when you have little mistakes like that at the set piece.
Yeah, if set piece doesn't go your way, then the backs doesn't get the ball they want or they need. So, yeah, Boland dames is making it a little bit difficult for themselves. But let's see about the scrum, how they go.
Just stay on your feet, okay? Coach! Bind! Just stand up. Okay, get that bind. Okay, let's go again. Coach! Bind! Sit!
Solid work on both sides. It's wheeling away. And Border send it to the back line to the battering Ram and Gwevu. Nice quick recycle. Players on the outside, but Boland comes swarming. What a hit from Sonamzi.
Awesome defense there from Abushle Sunamzi and Varushka Grain. Yeah, it looks quite good.
Yeah, it's frantic pace being set by Border right now. Are you surprised by that at all, Eloise? You're expecting more possession for Boland?
You guys are not dominating straight. You're stepping
Yeah, Border is
inside.
doing
You
quite
need to
well.
go
I
straight.
think
Okay.
it helps a lot that the set phases is going well to get good clean ball. But we'll see later in the game if Boland can keep their ball a little bit more and bring on the phases.
Bind! Sit! Let's go. Okay, let's go. Keep it left. That's it.
That's clearly going to be a battle up front today. Incidentally, quite a prominent front ranker's return to the local game in Babalwalacha, representing Western Province this season. She is welcome. She is welcome back to these shores.
I think last time I looked, I watched that game a little bit, and she scored a try.
Of course. World-class player coming back from the Harlequins, of course, overseas. National hero in the women's game, Babalwalacha. And Boland ladies attack down the wing with the dangerous Kabuika. Let's see if she can get some space today. Valentine gets it away. Good aggressive defense from Border. Sonamzi more dedicated in attack.
At the ruck. Not rolling 4.
Oh, when she wants to, Verushka Grain can set the pace of a game with those tap and goes. She's a real athlete.
Number 10.
Definitely, and I think she has so much experience in the rugby game. We can learn a lot from her, and having her there in the center pairing is really a benefit for the Boland Dames.
This time touch is found, setting up another opportunity for Boland to execute at line-out time. With a blustering wind on this field, doesn't make it any easier for the forwards to execute the line-outs. But you backline players don't care about that, Eloise, I'm sure. You say, just get me the ball.
Definitely. Just get us the ball quite clean. And if they maul, we don't mind that at all either. If they go backwards, and Boland Dames is actually quite good at that mauling. So we'll see what Border brings to that.
So Boland do set one of those aforementioned rolling mauls, and referee Viljoen monitoring the situation. Boland controlling it well for the time being, transferring the ball back through their players, now in the hands of Zina Swart and cleared by Jacobs. Over the top it goes from Nonkasana. It's been poorly measured by Vakalisa. Doesn't manage to stay in field. Real danger caused by that cross kick.
That's how you get your wings into the game. Good option, Zintle. Just not executed as much, but next one will go better.
Let's go, ladies!
Arthur King on the right wing for Boland. Chloe Adams at the back and Tereska Kabuika on the left. And enjoying some possession for once in this match, Boland.
It's going to be interesting to see how Border does with these kicks of Zintle, just to cover the back a little bit more.
Especially once the wind changes favor. And that is good news for Border at the back of the line now. It's making serious meters on the back of that break as well. The back line hollering for the ball, an advantage being played to Border as well. Good carry from Ngwevu here. Powering her legs through the point of contact as well.
Hands in.
Ngwevu came to play today. And she is leading the charge of this Border side.
That's one of the players that you can never get rid of. She always carries, physically carries, big tackles. Yeah, definitely a key player for Border.
Playing a pretty physical brand, Border are, and it's succeeding for the time being. They've got the tools for the job as well. Ngwevu, chief among those. So currently getting some treatments, yes, on screen now is Rufaru Tagarira.
Bind.
It's not going to help the defensive line.
Sit.
Boland will hope that she's just putting ice on, that it's nothing too serious.
Because she's got a job on her hands, taking care of Ngwevu today, 12 on 12. Two talented players right now. Hele, perhaps the most talented on the field, makes the tackle, popped over the top. Here comes Chloe Adams, her hands, spectacular, but it's been knocked out of those hands in a strong tackle from Border, not the first today. Great clearance from Border as well at ruck time. Their accuracy and their efficiency has been truly impressive here today. There's another advantage being played to them, by the way, as Delubom carries forward, away from Mponja. Trying to get the back line moving now, the looping play not coming fast enough. Going back for the penalty. It's all Border. It's all Border right now.
Boland Dames is struggling a little bit with ball position, and I think it makes it quite difficult to defend the whole time in this scorching heat. Border ladies are doing quite well, keeping ball position, and just playing hands.
Well, some more treatment on the field. As for Boland, if they can get their hands on the ball, they might be able to put some pressure on this border side. But for the time being, they're being silent. So you'd have to say that the game plan of Bongani and Nongilana is working out well so far. Just keep the ball out of the hands of all of these danger women that are spread across the field.
Yeah, border ladies look quite good. I think maybe the heat is doing well for them.
Let's go.
Maybe
Let's
the
go.
whole Boland side needs to move to Wellington. Hermanus is treating them too well. Oh, another mistouch, and Verushka Grain couldn't bring it in. It's a knock-on into touch.
Yeah, Boland Dames really struggling to get the hands on
Do
ball.
you want the scrum or the line out?
So that makes it quite difficult today on the field for them.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
Mbonja waits now, looping away. It's fed to her by Basana. It's loose in the midfield. And Ngwevu has to tidy up, and who better to do that?
Awesome
Advantage not
tackle there
rolling.
from Rufaru.
So, border go again. Here is Mbonja, looking to make hay while the sun is shining, and then realizing Hela was chasing her. Decided to get to ground as quickly as possible. Stop, drop, and roll. Now, it's Ketani stepping in at halfback, and border on the attack. It's bounced off the arm of Madhya. Only an accident. It's just a knock-on advantage. Still border dominating possession here in the first half, which is 15 minutes old. That's more of that straight line running we saw early in the game. Advantage over Boland's defense, spread across the field. That is a great connection on the kick. Oh, yes, it is. It's a 50-22. Brilliant from border.
That was an awesome kick from Kanya. She saw the space there at the back. What an execution.
Well, well. It's not all rugby rules that as they're implemented, they just land and work. But the 50-22, I've loved it from day one.
How awesome is it that we see more and more of that in the women's game?
Yeah. And kicking accuracy and that ability can really change the defensive structure of the opposition. If they know you're not going to kick the ball downfield, they can change their behavior altogether. That's going to be a massive disappointment for Border. Put themselves in position with the line out. They've missed it, and now Boland are on the counter-attack, and here comes real danger. That was a crucial tackle on Kabawika, and hunted down is Chloe Adams. The effort levels of Ngwevu. Oh, here comes trouble, though. No, referee Viljoen. She's seen enough
Back.
of the Springbok women's superstar.
That is going to be a big loss for Border, losing their 12 and their captain for 10 minutes.
Well, a window of opportunity opens for Boland. Still no score in this match. It's been plenty exciting.
Very exciting. We'll see if Boland Dames can keep their ball for a little bit more and see if we can put Border ladies under pressure a little bit there with the attack.
Boland, just a half a step. That's it, perfect.
Is that Felicia Jacobs feeding the line out?
Backward.
That is indeed Felicia Jacobs feeding the line out. I think head coach, Coach Thomas is trying new things here in Boland.
Oh, we're almost cutting the line wide open. A great run from Tagarira. In the end, the handling errors come. Knock on, scrum Border, positive signs from Boland. 15 women on 14 now for the next 9 odd minutes with Ngwevu off the field. Well, I feel like a head coach of the Springbok woman, Swayze de Bruin, has set the standard of innovation all across women's rugby, and I'm all for it, Eloise. Some of the things we saw at the World Cup, that crazy line-out was pure entertainment. Oh, man, what a time it was watching you women just represent the flag out there in England.
Oh, it was awesome to be a part of that. Yes, our head coach trying new things there in the World Cup. And I have to say it worked out for us. I think New Zealand was a bit dazzled there for a minute or two. They weren't sure if the backs must join that maul or not. It was just
Ladies, we
awesome
use
being
this
a
after
part
a
of
water
it,
break.
and I
Left 2
think
minutes.
it helped women's rugby so much,
2 minutes, water
just
break.
doing well there in the World
Water
Cup.
break, 2 minutes.
And we can see the
Yes.
talent coming through now.
Quickly give me the ball.
And of course, the knock-on effects as well. Getting all of that attention, all of those eyeballs by going further and getting the media attention results in the likes of Pick and Pay becoming a sponsor of the Women's Super League. And we need sponsors to carry the game forward as well, because the reason the Bulls Daisies are 3-time champions, Eloise, is not just because they have a richness of talent up there in the north. It's because they are offering real contracts, real futures to these women to live their life playing professional sports.
It will be very interesting to see how many of the Bulls Daisies are actually from the Eastern Cape. Stubbs. Just putting it out there for that. But 100%, it's really difficult for women's rugby to grow in South Africa, especially in this Super League. If one team has all the Springbok women's players, not all of them, but most of them, and the other teams are struggling quite a bit with talent coming through. So I think with the sponsors Pick and Pay buying into it, it's going to help the Women's Rugby League so much, and we're going to play more. And I think you have to play to get better at the game.
100%. The more the merrier, more domestic games, more international games. It's happening year by year. We are ratcheting up the pressure in the women's game, especially here in South Africa, to catch up with those who have run ahead, the likes of England and the likes of New Zealand in the women's 15s games at the highest level. We will catch them. That much is for sure, Eloise. Will you potentially be around? Let me ask you the question. By the way, if you're wondering what's happening in the rugby match you're watching, there's a drinks break. It's happening right now because it's 36 plus degrees. So you're just making sure the players stay hydrated and don't overheat out there. Chance for the coaches also to tinker with some things. Coach Bongani and Nongilana will be pretty happy with the scoreline as it is, because bear in mind, last weekend they lost by 100 points to 0 against the Bulls Daisies. So this is already a success of sorts for Border. We'll see how they carry on from here. Just to continue my question, Eloise, have you ever considered one day in half a decade, maybe 2 decades, when you retire, would you ever become a coach in the women's game? Or are you like so many other professionals where they say, listen, I've seen enough?
Oh, I would love to help talented youngsters coming through the ranks. I think for women's rugby in South Africa, we need that school rugby to kick off. And I think that's one of the places we struggle quite a bit. We don't have women's rugby at schools. And if you look at England and all the big countries, that's where it starts, Stubbs. If you look at a young boy, he plays with the rugby ball from a small age, before one even.
Yeah.
So I think we miss our skills so much not playing rugby. I only started playing rugby when I was 18 years old.
Huh, really? Okay. What were you playing before then? Surely you were doing something. You kind of just become the athletic talent that you are from the age of 18. What sport were you playing before?
Oh, no, I loved sports too. But my mom actually said I must just play any sport to keep me out of trouble. So I played a little bit of netball and cricket and tried rugby. Didn't like it at first, but now love it.
And now you are Springbok quality as well. Also known as world class, Eloise.
No, not at all. Just trying a little bit out there, keeping me out of trouble for a bit. But enjoying rugby so much. And I really hope more youngsters can come through the ranks. And even in this Pick and Pay League, we saw so much talent coming through, youngsters. So if you look at Boland Dames wing, Tereska, she played for the under-19s, SA under-19s. Young talent coming through, and that's going to help our women's rugby so much.
100%. Setting up those structures as well at the national level, but the conversation about how to get more young girls playing rugby at school girl level and from that age all the way up is another conversation, part of which we'll have during the halftime break. And so, let's get back to the game here. Border, with that yellow card still to their name, they're holding on. It's 0-0. And we're yet to get halfway through this first half. But Boland finally starting to show how dangerous they can be with that rolling maul. The penalty advantage coming their way. Jacobs gets it away and finds Nonkasana. Hele in the midfield. attracting those defenders. And then the quick recycle can present danger for Boland. Look at all those yellow jerseys out to the left. Border reloading, trying to defend the blind side, but there's danger on both. Maja on the carry, slowing down the pace of play as well with that defense. Good work from Border. Can they hold the line? Zina Swart stopped short. If he recycle there from Boland.
Now clear release.
Another penalty comes their way.
Number 3.
That looks much more positive for Boland Dames, ladies. Just keeping ball in hand.
Tap and go this time from Jacobs. A lonely boot lies on the field. Mahijana wheels away towards the try line. Boland on the brink of it now.
Side.
The pick and go. There's another penalty advantage. They're over, but they have not dotted down. Another penalty for Boland, who are cranking up the pressure.
Who's captain now? Captain, we need to clean up in this area. You had a side entry there, a collapse, not rolling, and they never release, and now offside. Clean it up, quickly have a chat to your team.
Discipline really hurting Border ladies here at the moment.
Quickly have a chat with your team.
They cannot afford another yellow card. Just have to keep their discipline. Jacobs over the ball.
Okay.
Mahijana waiting. Hele. Second receiver potentially. Tapped by Valentine. Here is Hele. Pops one away. Jacobs wants to send it wide. Good strong line from Tagarira. Confronted by that defensive line, rushing up. Border make the turnover. That's brilliant work. Possible neck crank penalty to the visiting team. They continue to stand strong, and now they'll tap and go. Playing from deep with the wind at their back. They could send this one long. The cover defense is coming strong from Varushka Grain, who eats her opposite number.
Did you see that only as a knock-on or deliberate action from number 13? Only knock-on.
Not a bad talent to add to your ranks for Varushka Grain.
Her defense is really helping Sanlam Boland Dames out a little bit here in this game against Border ladies.
I know you can't speak on it too much, Eloise, but I really am looking forward to your introduction to the talents on offer in this backline as well. It's going to be a potent force once you add yourself to it, and you can just leave that there. That's fine. I'll just look forward to it myself. It looks like Mdliki has taken over the captaincy of this Border side, while Ngwevu is in the sin bin. You can speak on that, Eloise.
Yes, definitely I can speak on that. Yeah, not a bad captaincy turnover there. I think they're really missing a Piwe Nglovo in the mid there. But at least they don't have to defend now. Boland Dames lost possession again there on the 5 meters without scoring anything.
Big missed opportunity with the extra woman on the field, failing to capitalize, and still no points on the board for a side that no doubt is gunning for the top spots this season. So Border making use of that wind eventually. Oh, what a kick that is over the top of the outstretched fingers of King. And what a big mistake from Border. You heard Giana Viljoen bellowing out. Border failed to heed the instruction.
And you can see Gita there ready to quick tap.
Yellow. Oh, boy, that is, I mean, who wants, are you sure you want to be a coach, Eloise? Tap and go comes from Jacobs. Away it goes from Valentine. Heller gets her hands free, and another mistake immediately. Not showing the patience required, Boland. They squander another one.
That yellow card is really going to hurt Border so much. Down 2 players now. Really putting in guts still. Border ladies is really showing the physicality out there. Making Boland Dames make mistakes.
2 coach killers there. The yellow card, first of all. Purely cynical play, unnecessary. And then Boland rushing things. 2 extra players on the field.
We need to keep the space. Keep the space open. Shoulder. That's it. Other one. That's it. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Cindy Siwe Mbonja feeds the scrum, fires back. Huge pressure on! Ketani can't get away. Held up over the line here, and she will look forward to the sound of the whistle. Sit down, the instruction from her opposition.
Sorry, scrum.
Awesome defense there coming through from the Sanlam Boland dames, getting their ball, their hands on the ball again. Let's see if they can do something with
Sorry,
it
it was
now.
held up. It is a goal line dropout. Held up. It is a goal line dropout. My apologies. It is a goal line dropout. It was held up. Okay. Yeah, on the 5.
Didn't they take If I had my law book on me, I would crack it open right now. Look at that. Well, what? Trying to thread the knee. That's out on the full. Oh, well. Eloise, I ask again, are you sure that you want to get into coaching one day?
I think you have to have so much calmness as a coach, eh?
The calmness that you try to impart on your players, and then they do things like that. The goal line dropout out in the full, resulting in a scrum in the place that it probably should have been. So the rugby gods have spoken.
Fine.
Let's see if Sanlam Boland dames can do something with the scrum.
Jacobs feeds Bedlam at scrum time. It's wheeling away, and Border more than holding their own.
You guys are not going straight forward. You need to go straight forward. Okay, you're stepping to the side. Gail. There's the mark. Yeah. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Danger abounds for Boland Damas as Jacobs feeds the scrum, but they're really struggling with the resistance against this Border Ladies 8.
Last reset.
And we have to bear in mind, Stubbs, they won forward less.
Yes,
Wait
indeed.
for the ball to come in. Okay.
Yellow card for Mkhwetkana, pardon me, one of the
Bucket.
challenging surnames to read on a sheet. MRWEQ strikes fear in the heart. Mkhwetkana. So yellow carded, and she is off the field along with Ngwevu, who's up on her feet now, getting ready to return. She's not yet back on the field. So it's 15-13. Free kick to Boland. There's still a chance for them to capitalize on this numerical advantage.
He's on,
Behind
behind the scrum. You need to be behind the scrum.
Somebody keeps losing their boot. It's that orange one of Ropa Maja. It's back on now. Jacobs slings it wide. Now it's through the fingers. Grain can still pick up on this. In fact, it's Adams. A chance remains on the outside in spite of all of this. Popped over the top by Tagarira. Grain keeps it moving. Backwards is the call. Very lucky there for Kabuika. Boland really, really making hard work of capitalizing on a two-woman advantage. Here's Valentine, straight running into the cold shoulders of Border. Basana makes the hit. Away by Jacobs. Pop to the outside. There's another error from Boland. And now returning to the field is the captain of Border in Ngwevu. It's frustrating stuff for your side, Eloise.
Very frustrating, Stubbs. If you have forwards like we do, Blomi, Aseza Hele, nickname Blomi, Bushle Sunamzi, you have to let them carry their straight in the mid to pull in all the defenders. Otherwise, they just slide across the field. And there's so much space. If you even have a look here, there's so much space, but we have to capitalize. Let the forwards run it up and then play it out wide.
Fine. Sit.
Bit of a change of the standard that's been set at scrum time there. Boland absolutely dominating Border. They've won themselves a scrum penalty. And here is Blomi. She's going to go for the tap and go. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. The big woman with the number 8 on her back makes her presence felt. The Springbok star opens the scoring here in Wellington. Well, sometimes if you want to get something done, you just got to do it yourself.
That is 100% stuff. And you have to let your forwards carry. You have such strong ball carriers in your team. Let them carry the ball. Let them pull everyone in on defense, and then you play it out wide. Easy rugby. So let's see how they can change it a little bit going forward.
Less than 12 minutes remaining in this half. Zinhle Nonkasana.
10.
Tough one for Nonkasana. It's very breezy down that side of the field. All over, you can see there's a bit of a swirling effect in this park. And Eloise, as a bit of a kicker yourself, maybe you could advise better on the directionality of the wind here. But here's the last look at the try from Hele. Well, she'll dominate anybody in the world of rugby like that, as we saw at the World Cup, so no shame on Border. They've conceded just the 5 points against a strong Boland side after about 30 minutes in the match. Not a bad showing.
Not bad at all, Stubbs. And I think we all assumed a bigger score by now. So Border is really doing quite well with their defense. And we have to say, keeping ball in hand.
Yes, yeah, very entertaining rugby. But they have failed to capitalize, which means that now, after over 110 minutes of rugby, they failed to score a point in the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. Hele on the carry. Chloe Adams. She looks like she could be very effective at scrum half as well on the basis of that. And in fact, she looks like she may be playing in the 9 position now, as there was a little mini bomb squad sent on while that conversion was being taken by head coach Thomas Charles. Boland might just have a chance on the outside here, showing real athleticism with the break. Masuku goes for the dream ball away to Maja. She had more time than that to execute the pass. Impressive all the same, but it's a scrum to Border.
We have to say that's one of the standouts of last weekend's game as well. Breaking through there. Just maybe keep the ball in hand there. She had supporters there to clean. So there's a lot of opportunities for Sanlam Boland Damas, just struggling to convert it into points.
What's the thinking, do you reckon, Eloise, behind those early changes from Mr. Charles, head coach of Boland?
I think our scrums struggle a little bit as Sanlam Boland Damas, and that's something that we pride ourselves in. Our forwards is very good at set phases, so I think the coach is not very happy with that. So maybe just a little bit of bomb squad, as we call it, to see if they can just bring a little bit of energy there in the scrums. And looks like it works.
There you go.
Sure did.
There you go.
Boland showing their dominance at scrum time, and you can see the pressure building up on Border. Look where the game's being played now. The pressure on Border's try line once more. Valentine, she loves running straight. Very effective and important for the team to set those breakdown points, to create opportunities for the quick recycle and for your teammates to get those opportunities on the outside. Adams gets it away. Good hands in the end from Mgweba. Down to ground. Adams. Sonamzi. It's strong run. Good tackle all the same from Aviwe Basana for Border. Jacobs takes it at first. Receiver hits the switch to Tagarira. Good tackle on her. Things still moving through Adams. Tagarira gets up, reloads, tries to stop the turnover, but she can't. Accurate work on the ground from Holofela.
Boland Sanlam Damas still struggling to convert their opportunities into points.
Oh, the tenacity of Border has been a wonder to behold. Look at those hands from Nonkasana. Keeps her cool on the touchline, holds the ball and finds Tagarira. Strong run from the inside center. Boland remain on the front foot, still 15 on 14, remember. Numbers out wide. Hele keeps it moving. Valentine now looking to touch the ball under the arm. She doesn't, and Leaky in the end comes across field to make the cover hit The tight hit prop, showing that she's got a serious engine. Looking for a gap that wasn't quite there, Maja, but she brings her team within a meter of the line, and now there's a chance for Gita. Gita stopped short. Border in desperation land again. Sonamzi now looking for a gap. She stopped as well. Hele protects the ball on the ground. Valentine with the pick and go. Boland keeping it tight rather than rushing it, and those knock-ons that came earlier. Can they convert with this approach, though? Chloe was being called as support for Gita. She decided, no, I'm going to send it to the back line, where the mistake comes from Varushka Grain. But it's advantage after advantage, and it looks like referee Viljoen might be considering reaching into the pocket again.
Border ladies' discipline is really hurting them in this stage of the game. Let's see if they can clean that up.
Just the warning. Chloe Adams stands over the ball. The tap and go. It goes to Hele. A woman in motion, spins away from the first tackle. Good reload from Border. And now Boland comes straight over the top. Oh, well. Held up the call. Goal line dropout. Another chance. Koza begging. The score remains 5 points to 0. How many missed chances? How many unforced errors from the Sanlam Boland Damas today? Back onto the field. Asipe Mkhwetrana returns on the flank for Border. Goal line dropout comes. Boland can go again. Under 7 minutes remaining. Oh, Jacobs with the confidence, tossing it up in the midfield, looking for support now. She's brought to ground.
No, not held.
Just winning a few more meters on the ground. Not held, though, and rising back to her feet, according to referee Viljoen. Flat ball to Hele. Hele keeps it moving to the outside. Here's real danger. Boland charges over the line, and it's a try for the home side. What a run.
Bringing Blomi there back into the game, running that hard lines really is doing good for Sanlam Boland Damas, and I think that they must do even more.
Scoring the try in the corner, it's Tereska Kabuika. Standout player last weekend, standout player in this as well, with a try to her name. Chloe Adams looking just as sharp at halfback as she did at number 15.
Injecting a little pace there on fly-off with Felicia Jacobs, and I think that's also going to help them a lot.
Eloise, where are you going to fit in? They don't need you in this team, it seems. They've got fly-offs, they've got scrum-offs.
And you know what, Stubbs? They have speed, but I don't have. So it's going to be really difficult. It's going to make my job difficult, eh?
Well, that's the way you want it. So, with a chance for a conversion, this is going to be a challenge. Adams, charging up. Oh, wow! With the wind blowing downfield, Adams makes it happen. What a technique she has as well.
What a kick into the wind. Awesome kick.
Well, Boland finally finding some joy here in the first half. After domination from Border early on, they're fading a little bit towards the end of this first half, the ladies of the Eastern Cape.
I felt their game against Blue Bulls Daisies was also first bit of the game, 20 minutes of the game, they were there. Scoreboard didn't say that, but yeah, they did quality things, and they also just faded away more to the end of the game. So hopefully they can pick up themselves and play a good brand of rugby.
Well, innovation on the kickoff there, hoping potentially for a knock-on, you would think, with that kind of drop kick, bouncing into the welcoming arms of Rufaro Tagarita, who seems immensely confident in those hands of hers, and rightly so. The knock-on comes. Scrum Border here, centre field before the end of the first half. A try here for Border could change everything. They just need to find a little bit of energy and a little bit of accuracy. So just to recap here, Eloise. Adams at scrum half, Jacobs at fly half, Nonkasana at fullback?
Yes, that's correct, Stubbs.
Okay. So, Border in possession, breaking from the back. It is Basana. Another good line, this time from their outside center, Sesetu Mbodli. Mbonja just had to delay it for a touch there. Gaza, all the same. Charging forward well across the gain line, and Gwevu with the quick pickup. Look how many meters she's earned in a flash. Calling in more support is Mbonja. Now just a bit of indecision from Border just when they didn't need it, giving Boland the chance to rush up. Vrushka Grain compromises their offload, but Border retained possession. Nothing going on the blind side. They send it open. That is a floaty ball to Delubom. They get away with that one on the 22-meter line of their opposition, and Gwevu with the pick and go again. Here she is. Now she gets it away to Mbonja. Border looking for something on the left wing. Not much space there. Marked up, and Tagarira makes a tackle as she always does. And Gwevu, how much work has she got through here in the first half? Jacobs tries to bring her down, but she shakes off her attentions. Less than 10 meters to the try line. Now, how hard have they worked for this? No points in the Pick and Pay Women's Super League yet this season. This is their chance. Tap and go comes. Mbonja upping the tempo. A penalty advantage. Not back the 10 meters. Border have numbers out to the right for once. Can they hold on to possession here? Brilliantly controlled. The first points for Border in 2026 come in spectacular fashion.
Captain, we still have a pull, which is still dangerous.
Wow, double whammy. Boland get a yellow card for a hair pull. Border score a try.
No. Yes, I will ask her to hide it. Yes, I'll ask her, but it's still a hair pull. Okay, it's still dangerous. Number 15.
What a turn of events, Eloise. The cat is firmly amongst the pigeons. The game is most certainly on. Border came to play today.
They definitely did, Stubbs. Keeping ball in hand and executing. And good for them to actually have points on the board, because their brand of attack is really not bad rugby. And yeah, showing that if you have ball in hand, you can put points on the scoreboard.
So 15 on 14 for Border. The hooter appeared to have sounded. The conversion is good from Zintle Holofela. That is the halftime whistle. One last look at the try. Who was it that got the try in the end? It is their flank. Mkhwetana back from the sin bin. I've managed to learn to pronounce her name properly now. Mkhwetana scores the try, Eloise. I'm very proud of myself. More proud of her, but proud of myself as well. So that's halftime here in Wellington, the scorching heat of Wellington, and there's evidence of it. Time to get to the sheds, ice up, cool down, consolidate, and come back out for the second half. Border have scored their first points in the competition this season, and they are points that puts this match back in the balance. It's a one-score game heading into halftime. Boland Damas are in the lead on their home turf over Border Ladies, and we can't wait for the second 40 minutes. We are here in Wellington for round 2 of the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. I'm with Eloise Webb. She's a Springbok woman. She's a Boland woman, formerly of Border. It has been a fascinating match so far. Border making a real fist of it after losing 100 points to 0 against the Bulls last weekend. First of all, let's talk about this game. How have you found the progression of the game thus far? Are you surprised with how competitive Border have been?
We have to say Border is keeping their ball, and you can see they having opportunities and on attack. So I think that's something that Boland Dames can really work on, just keeping ball possession. And losing 2 key players, Border, and still getting out of it with 1 try. That's not bad.
As for Boland, so many chances, so many of them squandered. What do they have to do to show that they're the better side, which they appear to be in the first half?
Yeah, just keep ball in hand, I think. Let your forwards run the balls up. You can see how physical they are and how good they are with ball carries. Let them run the ball up, and then there's space in the backs. And then play the ball out wide. Just being composed on attack and just keeping ball in hand.
Well, let's see how it plays out. But while I have you here, let me ask you some more in-depth questions about the state of rugby in Border. You spent many years there. They've lost so many players lately, and they've been struggling in the highest level of the women's game, now known as the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. What's the rugby like there? What's it like staying there? And what are the challenges of, say, attending practice even?
Yeah, definitely. If you look at East London, how big the region is, it's huge. And you think how much girls play rugby there. It's awesome to see so many girls playing rugby. But the difficult part is, how do you get all of them to a training session? It's so broad and it's so far away. They come in on Wednesdays, maybe have a training session on a Wednesday, Thursday train. Friday's captains, and then they play against teams that train together the whole week, and then they bring performances like this. You have to question how good the players are and how talented they are. Imagine if they just get a coaching system in place where they can work with them more regularly, and how good they will be if they have that.
And they face a Boland side. You told me most of them spend their life in Hermanus, living amongst the whales. So how is it coming to Boland now? How is this whole franchise and union working for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Seeing Hermanus also a little bit more. Most of the girls actually stay in Hermanus just to train together there. So that's awesome. Just the coach also putting a lot of effort in from his side just to have the girls there and just to train with them more often. And yes, 100% they make mistakes on the field, but you can see they are more... Their fitness looks good and they have soft skills. So maybe in the second half we'll see more of that.
So, last topic while I have you here. Quickly, tell me the state of rugby at the highest level. An exciting year for Springbok Women's Rugby. We're hosting some big nations.
Oh, I'm so excited. Women's rugby did some great things last year, and it was amazing to be a part of that. And you can see it in the Women's League now. More investors also coming through, and I think we're just proud of our abilities as women's rugby players.
New Zealand, USA, watch out, we're coming for you. Second half coming up here in Boland. Welcome back to the Pick and Pay Women's Super League 1. This is the year of 2026, the first year of this competition under this name. The three-time champions Bulls Daisies victorious in round 1 and 2. In round 1, over this team receiving the ball now, the Border Ladies. As for Boland Damas, victorious in round 1 over Free State. They take on Border on home turf for the second week running, and they lead at the halftime. However, unconvincingly so, one might say. And it's Border with possession to start out the second half, a possession which they dominated for long periods in the first. And they've begun the second half looking positive until that little mistake from Mbonja. But Eloise Webb joining me in commentary today, Springbok woman and future Boland women's player in about 2 weeks' time. That was an interesting first half. Border starting out the second half in the same fashion that they ended the first.
Very interesting rugby here from a Border ladies team. They're really doing well with keeping possession, and unfortunately they're making an error. So we'll see how that goes going forward. And Boland Damas has a new forwards on, so let's see if they dominate the scrum here.
Moving well to the back, Felicia Jacobs did well to correct herself. That was a flat ball from Nonkasana. On we go. Jacobs.
Release. No.
Well, the ball doesn't get much slower than that. Border have time to set themselves, and that's what happens when you let a defensive line like this line up their targets. What a hit from Giana. She's done it all today, including a sin bin. Now a penalty advantage to Boland. What a chance for them to chance their arms, some space over the top. Nonkasana goes that way. No real chase on. So it's all on the bounce of the ball here. Good effort being put in by King. Wow. Acrobatic stuff. Back for the penalty, of course. Boland have a chance to strike first in half. And they could really do well to strike first and kind of quell the rising ambitions of their opposition here.
Let's see how Zintle does with the wind at the back this round, this half. And it looks like a positive kick there.
So in your experience thus far here in the stadium, although of course, as you've mentioned, the team doesn't train here at the stadium, but down at Hermanus, is the wind a bit elusive? Does it blow firmer in some areas than others? Finding touch like the Athlone Stadium, it looks like a nightmare to kick to touch Athlone.
Definitely a nightmare. You don't know what side the wind comes from. You think you're playing with the wind first off, and then you're somewhere against it. So very difficult conditions there in Athlone.
So it's Boland right now, an advantage coming their way as well. Border infringing early on here, and they can't afford to keep doing that. We saw that referee Viljoen not afraid to punish a player with a yellow card for repeated infringements or anything cynical, of course. Jacobs rushing to the spot. And she will tap and go. So Namzi, she is so busy on the run. So hard to bring down. On the ground now, Boland slowing it down.
Yeah, let's see if they can have patience here with ball in hand.
Right now showing plenty of it, and another penalty advantage comes. Border continue infringing. It's one of the Boland players down on the ground. Not needing treatment. Valentine too tough for that. They go again with the pick and go, getting closer and closer. Jacobs dummies right, goes left, dummies again, and has a snipe. Spread across the field, left and right, Boland. Over the top they go, and the try comes. Looks like Valentine will celebrate her 51st cap with 5 points.
That's a great start for Boland Damas. Just having a little bit more confidence there on their.
So another chance to add points for Zintle and Nonkasana. 14 women on the field. Scoring the opening points. 2 points added by Nonkasana. And the Boland Damas extend their lead.
Okay. Did you bring a sub on? Okay. Yes. They're hiding away. What do you mean about hiding away? Oh, you meaning like obstruction? Okay, I will keep an eye out for you. I haven't seen it up till now, but I will keep an eye out for you. Okay.
Hiding their players away. Ngwevu just inquiring thereafter. A change coming for Boland Damas onto the field is Karalisha Fisher.
Time on.
Referee Viljoen ready to get us back underway. 14 points between the sides. Border need to keep control of this game. Try to make sure they're the next team to score. Brilliant kickoff that. Border unable to get someone in the air to put pressure on that receipt, which was very well taken in the end. Jacobs pops one over the top. Good technique with the left boot there. Perfectly measured, allowing for the pressure to come on from Kabawika, who makes her tackle. Played off the ground. Cleverly so as well from Mbonja. Border looking to unleash the counter-attacking talent right now. It's bouncing loose and dangerously so. Who can apply some straight lines to the situation? So Border with Mbonja fire back. Nobody out left. So popping it over the top is Ketani. And a chance for Boland to counter through Zintle Nonkasana. Zintle taking them on. Buying some time, finding support in the form of Mgweba. One of those early changes from Coach Charles. Penalty Boland.
Not rolling.
Change of approach here in the second half. Felicia Jacobs has clearly been mandated to up the tempo of this game, and cutting them wide open is Rufaro Tagarira. The best player from last weekend scores another this. What an addition to the squad she has been already. Representing Zim at sevens level, representing Boland in the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. Take a look at this talent. Wow. Eloise, cancel your plans for inside center too. Telling you these positions are being chewed up while you're out here getting treatment.
Felicia Jacobs just putting some pace there, bringing Rafaru back into that gap. Awesome rugby, Boland Damas.
Great rugby, great to watch. This was so much more like the team I watched last weekend that gave me so many positive vibes for the season coming forward. Can't wait to see the way things unfold, especially in those huge games in the pool stage against the Bulls and Western Province. Zintle Nonkasana on target again. Another 7-pointer for Boland. Far better in the second half than they were in the first. And without Chloe Adams. Tagarira. Great running form as well. Real athletic build and feeling the heat after that dive. No matter how fit you are, you can't escape the effects of the heat on this one. 36 degrees plus out here in the Boland.
Oh, it's really a scorcher today in Wellington. And I think both the ladies are also feeling it a little bit now.
Well, for sure they are. And the scoreboard starting to show that as well. Sonamzi, she is a cut above. Instantly stands out on a rugby field, and she, of course, has been rewarded for that with national colours. Not a bad one at all. Different bounce, and there was real danger. Kabawika on the chase. Oh, Coach Thomas Charles must have had a good old chinwag at halftime because things have changed. What have you made of your new coach?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's definitely a forwards coach out and out. That's why he's so proud of his scrums and lineouts, and I don't think he will be very happy with the first half of the scrumming part of it. So I think he's more happy now. I think it was a heated conversation at halftime, and you can see the difference.
Another untidy line on both sides, struggling for accuracy at that set piece in this match thus far. Mkliki on the carry. And talk about hiding players. She can't see anybody. So Border with a chance to clear their lines. It's Ketani. Good connection on that kick. She's got a good kicking form. What kind of outlandishly dangerous was that from Jacobs? A smile on her face, recognizing the situation. And Chloe Adams is back. It's 15 on 15.
Yeah, that turned into a brilliant kick from Kanya from Border Ladies.
Great kicking form. Kitani, the number 10 for Border. It's a valuable asset in the women's game to have a kicker that can find good distance and accuracy off the tee as well as kicking out of hand. Them in your team can really change the way a defense shapes up against the team. Of course, at international level, that must be even more of a problem, Eloise. You've got to spread your defenses differently depending on your opposition.
Yeah, definitely, Stubbs. So if you look at the Bulls Daisies at the moment, they have quite a few kickers. They have Libby Janssen van Rensburg, and you have Zintle Mpupa coming back from 7th. And then you have Yaki Silyes, they're on 13. So you have quite a bit of kickers. And Kuma, how can I forget about Kuma? She actually kicked a 50-22 kick against Border Ladies, a brilliant one. So, yeah, that makes it even more difficult to defend.
Well, there will be plenty of video review of that Bulls Daisies team through the course of this season. That big clash between Wellington Bulls coming up soon as well. Let's keep our eyes on this one for the time being. Border finding some form in the second half. Ngwevu, the danger woman, offloads. Look at this from Border, moving it out wide. They've got to finish off. Oh, that's a wild tackle. A try in the corner that will be remembered for time to come.
Yeah.
Vagalisa scores. Second yellow card turns red. And this game has been flipped on its head. Well, let's hope that Vagalisa is not too badly hurt. Sitting up, that's a very good sign. Dangerous tackle in the end.
Very dangerous. Unfortunately, Chloe Adams, red card. That's going to be quite difficult for Boland Dames. Also, you can't keep a Pee-wee out of the action there.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, time's off. Time's off. No, not yet. Time's off for your...
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow. Stop and take a breath. What a try from Border Ladies. That offload was so crucial, brilliantly executed as well from Zintle Holofel. I mean, you know, it's obviously not deliberate. Chloe Adams was just trying to get there on the cover. The player is dropping in height, but Chloe Adams, already having got a yellow card, had to watch her step.
And you want players to have that effort to make that tackle there in the corner. And 100%, it's a difficult one to make. And unfortunately, Chloe Adams came off second on that one.
Oh, speaking so glowingly about everything that she achieved just last weekend, having come from Free State previously, and she has plenty more to offer this side as well. Not a straight red card for Chloe Adams. Those 2 yellow cards shouldn't see her suspended for any lengthy period of time. Of course, nothing extremely malicious about what she did as well. Boland making further changes. So we're back underway. Oh, it looks like Kabuika has come off the field for the ladies in yellow as well. The star left winger. Well, let's see how things go here. Border just opened the door a sliver for themselves. They still trail by those 14 points. Let's bear that in mind. But when they've got a player like Ngwevu in their ranks, those 14 points can look far smaller than the gap that they present. The numbers out wide. You saw in that shot the depth at which the Border Ladies are waiting. They need to recycle and feed. Spread across the field. Boland wisely not committing too many players to the breakdown as well to make sure they cover the numbers. Hele penalized.
Not out yet.
They absolutely cannot afford to lose her.
Yeah, it's fine. Not out yet. Okay. Thumbs off.
Can we talk about that run from a Pee-wee?
Yeah. Love it. Love the way she plays.
Oh, awesome player, awesome human being, and I think she's really carrying Border Ladies team on her shoulders.
So when you see a player like her lining up across from you, are you keen for that contest, or do you try to make sure you shift one channel outside and let the flanks take care of that?
you make sure that flanks come out of that scrum so quickly. And I would scream at them to come out and help me on that tackle. Otherwise, you just fall in front of her and hope she falls over you.
Yeah. Oh, what a return she's made. She really provides the go forward in that back line. So, as it stands, Eloise, it's 12 points between the sides. That's right. Border did get their conversion. I thought so. So it's a 2-score game. 2 converted tries puts Border in the... I'll ask you my question after this period of play. Let's see if Border can continue this purple patch of accuracy that they've enjoyed in the second half. Another penalty comes their way as Mgweba was trying to get out of the way. This time not going for the quick tap. What's the approach here? Considering going for touch, but it's not a guaranteed return of possession, so the tap potentially the better choice. What a bounce from Mdliki.
Boland Dames' discipline really hurting them in this passage of play.
I need a quicker ball. Captain, just wait.
More chats.
We need to clean up the not rolling. Okay. They need to roll to the side, not that way. So they are holding them? No, they were clear, all of them. Okay, they were clear to go. Okay.
I'm sure.
The marks here, number 21. Number 21.
On national duty, Ngwevu and Helech share a hairstylist. The 2 golden girls.
They're actually very good friends, so I'm very surprised in this contest between the 2 of them.
I'd love to see them running at each other. Very similarly impactful with the ball in hand. Another advantage against Boland. Border really have got to capitalize on this. Get Boland thinking twice about victory here today. We're going back for that penalty. A woman to the good. Remember that warning has just come Boland's way.
Number 13.
So referee Viljoen will be on the lookout. No time to waste. Tap and go comes from Basana, and here's the woman you want to have the ball in her hands. And Ngwevu barreling her way towards the try line. Oh yeah! Mdliki on a hard line makes it count. Border ladies bring it back in the balance.
Awesome try there from Mdliki. You can't keep the Springboks out.
You can see the step up in class. Mdliki on the charge. Wonderful work from the 2 Springbok women in the border side. As you said, set up by Ngwevu. But Mdliki, a line like this, you're not stopping that. What a player. What a try. Border back in the game.
Definitely. If Boland Sanlam Dames doesn't sort out their discipline, it's going to be a real tough game.
The attempted conversion is good, and suddenly things are swinging in the direction of Border ladies. We have a nail-biter on our hands here. We're heading towards the final 20 minutes of the match. 5 points separate the sides.
2 to 3 minutes.
Well, Eloise, I can tell you, it's great to be a neutral. You get to enjoy every game equally. You never have to bite your nails. You just enjoy the action. I can see that you're getting nervous about the performance of Border here. Your old team in the game against Boland, your new team. Do you think Border can make it happen here potentially?
Oh, it's becoming a nail biter here, Stubbs. Yeah, I'm getting quite nervous up here, but let's see. I really trust Boland will keep possession and sort out their discipline. Then they look quite positive. Let's see what they can do.
Oh, well, that's the last thing you want after you score a try is an error to give the opposition side just that relief and a positive play, an attacking scrum. Boland get the feed. What a chance to bring things back into the balance. And Eloise, would you say it's more disruptive? I know you might also be biased in this regard, but to lose a number 9 or a number 10, it seems like 2 of the worst players to lose to a card.
I fully agree, yes. Your playmakers is very crucial in a rugby game. So luckily for Boland Dames, they still have Felicia on the field and still have Zintle Nokosana on. So I think Chloe Adams is a big loss for them, especially in the attacking platform. But let's see what they can do.
So Jacobs slots back into halfback, the dummy, and going wider is Nonkasana looking to beat the defender on the outside. Holofela sticks to the task, makes a tackle in the end with a little help from her friends, and now trying to strike back at the breakdown as Vakalisa. The mistake comes from Tagarira so many times today. Boland have just rushed themselves into a mistake that's cost them so often as well in the red zone of Border, and as such, points have gone a-begging. They lead all the same. Border turnover possession here. Well, not great news for Boland, of course, but great for the game, this kind of result. You want to see more competitiveness in this Pick and Pay Women's Super League, which is going to come more and more year by year as all of these teams become more established, retain their players and grow. The worry, of course, was that Border are not keeping up with the trend of the other teams that are rising in this country. The evidence here would suggest otherwise. And, of course, anybody who knows about the women's game, like you, Eloise, knows that 70 to 80% of the talent in South Africa comes out of the Eastern Cape region.
I have to agree with that, Subs. If you look at the Bulls Daisies team, how many of them are from Border actually, originally? Yeah. So, yeah, there's huge talent in East London from the Border Union side. Young talent coming through the ranks. As you can see, you can never throw them away.
Ngwevu, with pretty much perfect technique on that turnover, looks like a flat ball, finds her again, and then the dream ball comes and the error results. Now it's Border that are looking to play this game at the highest speed possible. And in the end, the error comes. But putting your opposition on skates like that can pay off, and if the passes stick, especially once you get that dominance, as we see in Ngwevu and Hele have a quiet little handshake, the two friends from national level. When the passes do stick, you can put your opposition under pressure. We have our second water break of the match. We're halfway through the second half. And all of a sudden, it's a 5-point match. A red card off the field for the Boland Damas is Chloe Adams, who started in the 15 position and then was effectively playing halfback as Jacobs moved to 10. She's now off the field. Jacobs is back into the 9. But the important questions can be answered by Eloise Webb, who knows the women's game better than anyone in this commentary box. Eloise, Boland, how do they hold on to this lead, or do they look to accelerate and extend this lead? Surely 5 points not enough to hold off a rampant Border side.
Patience, Stubbs, patience. When you have the ball, just keep it. Keep ball in hand. I think we're trying too much as Boland Damas. Trying offloads that should have been a ruck and then play from there. If you have the forwards we do, you don't want to play around them. You want them to hit the rucks. You want them to hit that ball with speed. Then they suck in Border's defense, and then you play wide to your speedsters out wide. So we'll see if they have patience. Otherwise, Border really looks good. They're doing the basics. They're keeping ball in hand. And I think their defense is showing them that they can keep ball in hand.
So for Boland, big games coming up, as you mentioned to me. What's the lineup coming up for Boland in this one-round competition, to remind everybody watching? Pick and Pay Women's Super League of 2026. One round of competition, and then we head into the knockouts. So, who's up next for Boland?
Bulls Daisies is up next.
That team. They tend to do well from time to time.
I think we can give them a go, men, Stubbs. Come on, positivity.
Champions 3 times in a row. But I believe that of the two teams that can give them a real challenge going the distance in this competition, in my humble opinion, are the Boland Damas and Western Province, who have been contending. But Boland Damas have fallen short in the semi-final a couple of years in a row. So, Bulls Daisies next weekend. This is not necessarily the perfect preparation. All the same, do you think there's a chance for Boland to show the Bulls who's boss?
I believe in Boland Damas' team. I think we have such strong ball carriers in that team. And again, like I said, we have so much speed out wide. If we can create a game plan where we bring that speed into the game, but still using our ball carriers, big ball carriers, strong ball carriers. And if we can do that and play towards each other's strengths, then 100% we can give them a go. Boland Dames doesn't have anything to lose, and at the moment, Bulls Daisies is on top, so they have a lot to lose. So I think we just need to take it game for game as Boland Dames, and unfortunately, we're still busy with this game, and we must get ahead of this one. And I think our discipline is really making it very difficult for us, and just keeping ball in hand. I think that's one of the biggest things that we can work on as a team. And when we do that, we bring in our talent, our X factors. Unfortunately, we can't bring in the X factors if we don't have ball.
So also it must be a challenge when you play the Bulls Daisies. They play a very structured game. They have Springboks galore in their ranks. It's going to be a very different challenge to the one presented by Border, presented by Free State. So to prepare for them must be a very difficult thing as well, knowing that the opposition that you're facing are not playing in any way like them, not going to be set-piece based or structured in their style. Is that a challenge at all in preparing for a team like Bulls?
I think definitely a struggle mentally. If you know the opposition is mostly Springbok players, if you have someone like Rafaru, that's a Zim international player, and she's up against Zintle Mpupa, that's a 7-star at the moment. So I think mentally, if you can sort your team out to say this is just another team, then 100% the game is 0-0. But unfortunately, I think in our league at the moment is we put them so high because, listen, they're quality players. We can't get away from that. But if we can do the things that we're good at and we can do it brilliantly, then 100% you have a game on your hands. But we'll see how that goes. But I really, if you have Felicia Jacobs there at 9 just attacking, and you have Rafaru and Varushka Grain running lines for it, yes, any team is going to struggle on defensively with them. So I really think we have a quality team in the Boland Dames side. So we'll see how that game goes.
It's going to be a fascinator next weekend, no doubt about that. But right now, Boland have a challenge on their hands, managing the match in front of them, leading by 5 points against Border. A kick downfield, using that wind at their backs. Well, that is very much against the rules. Brain freeze, presenting a chance to Felicia Jacobs.
More. Here you go. That's it.
Great option there from Zintle to kick ahead and make it very difficult for the wing to catch that ball. Especially if you have that speed in your team. You want to bring them in and you want to make it so difficult for them to catch that balls. So awesome kick there from Zintle Nokosana.
It looks like Sinalo Zikwai in the 23.
Perfect.
In fact, now it's Lulu Chibilika in the 22 who's come on to replace the impressive Tereska Kabuika. Any good? Is she as fast as Kabuika? Is anybody as fast as Kabuika?
Yeah.
I doubt it, Stas. Yeah, she actually plays in the center. So it's interesting to see that they put her on wing, but I think it's also just to cover the backspace a little bit.
So a wonderful steal at line out there from Zezekaza, making up for the error from her, picking up that ball from a kick from her own teammate that led to the offside, which led to the line out. And now Border, brilliant kick down the center of the field from Ketani. Not afraid to kick into the teeth of the wind. Felicia Jacobs, she is an athlete, looking to link up with Varushka Grain, who just about holds on to the ball. Now on their opposition's 10-meter line. They set up and they go again. Sonamzi this time setting the ball free. Valentine hanging out towards the touchlines. Finds Mgweba, who looks outside her to find no remaining yellow jerseys. Sets the ruck Nonkasana. Changes the direction. Sonamzi receives, charges. Felicia Jacobs taps and goes. Nobody's back the 10 meters.
Advantage.
And the advantage comes in the end from referee Viljoen. Hele. She's going to tap and go now as well. Border Ladies not reloading fast enough, not retreating to get back behind the offside line. And now Boland Damas are in the strike zone. Penalty after penalty against Border. And again they go with the tap and go. Felicia Jacobs. Oh, there's trouble now. There's got to be a yellow card. Verushka Grain makes it count over the line. Boland Damas score and extend their lead again. There might still be more trouble here as well because that was reasonably cynical.
Quicker back 10. Okay. Yes, yes. We need to fall quicker back 10. That's a team warning.
Wow. They breathe again. Sometimes conceding a try can wash away all your sins.
No, I can't take a try away, sis.
How good is Felicia Jacobs? Just speeding up the game. Then Boland, Border Ladies is in trouble. Maybe she must just quick tap the whole time, Stubbs.
Yeah, it really puts that defense on the skates and the strong bodies of Border Ladies who, when you let them stand at the defensive line, they were jumping out of it and putting some punishing hits on Boland in the first half. Not so much so here in the second, with Jacobs leading the attack, tapping and going at will, along with Hele, of course. Nonkasana raising the flags again. One last look at the try, Eloise. Verushka Grain, she's going to have a big impact this season. Haven't seen much of her in these opening 2 weekends, but Boland will start bringing her into the game more and more, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we have to speak about a defensive effort as well. Rushing up there to close the space. Unfortunately, that's your outside centre's job, Stubbs. Doing the dirty work for the team. And I think she does it brilliantly. And for all her effort, she got a try out of it. Well done to Verushka Grain as well.
So Border ending, giving up the opportunity to take the lead and
Hold in front.
just about managing not to knock that ball on. Boland and receiving the kickoff, and with a big run up now, she has a chance to lay down the Lord as Makomazi keeps her hands free and gets the offload away as well.
Tackle was already made. She was on her knees.
Well explained there by referee Viljoen. So immediately, basically from the kickoff, Boland make an error, and Border now have a chance to strike back.
Just there.
Tap and go, the call for the side from the Eastern Cape. Nini on the ball, and here's Mdliki.
Roll. Number 17.
Discipline making it really difficult for Boland Ladies here in a crucial part of the field.
Whoopsie.
Back 10, back 10.
She's walked them back 10 meters, so there was probably a little bit of jibber-jabber in there from Boland. So the tap and go comes from Nini, and Border have a chance to strike, but they're isolated at the breakdown. Have to get players there and support quicker. They get it back this time. The knock-on comes. Boland have the chance to strike back now if they show intent. King. Wow. She's dealt with 4 or 5 defenders there.
Release.
She's kept her legs pumping. Penalty Boland.
Off feet. Hey, ladies. No. I don't want that again. Okay, I did speak to her. No. Go back.
What a
If you do that
carry
next time,
there
I'll
from
change
King.
the penalty round,
Althea
understand?
King.
Okay.
That's awesome carry there.
Gotcha.
I think she had quite a few of the Border Ladies on her, and she still went forward.
Sure did. Meters after contact. The Artie Severe stat, as I call it. So Border with another player down. It's managing the troops as well, Eloise. So crucial through this season when you also know that you have a strong squad with players that are the leaders. Most of the time, those are the Springboks within the squad. For example, when you saw that try from Boland, who were the 2 players in attendance? No surprise. 2 of the Springbok women in Felicia Jacobs and Aseza Heller. And then, of course, Verushka Grain as well. Another one of the Springbok representatives rounding it off. But you got to keep your players healthy. You would know that, you being up in the commentary box right now, instead of out there sweating with the Boland Damas.
Yes, definitely, Stubbs. Rugby is unfortunately a contact game, and injuries is part of the game. It's never nice being injured, and I'm sure everyone's just happy to be out there. They don't even want to be subbed, even in the scorching heat. So, but definitely the coaches need to look after their senior players and Springbok players as well. And they do a lot in the team. So just look after them and give them enough rest time as well. And get the depth in your team.
One of the rugby quotes that is stuck in my mind over time was told this by Italian international Wim Visser, that ballroom dancing is a contact sport. Rugby is a collision sport. Boland Damas bring it down at line-out time. They set the rolling maul, which should have been so much more dangerous to Border today. So Namzi wheels away and sets up a chance for Boland to attack in the back line. But that chance ends with, says a header. Hard to complain about her form or anything, but the knock-on comes from the star of the show.
We also have to speak about Bootles Namzi's effort in this game. Awesome effort, attack and defensively. Awesome player. She's really putting in the hard work for the team.
And Louise, inappropriate time for me to ask this question, no doubt, but we have just about 10 minutes left. I just want to squeeze it in. A lot of these players in South Africa looking to get that contract overseas. Like I said, Zahela got once upon a time to play for Harlequins. Like, of course, our heroic prop has also had Babalwa Lacha, who's playing for Western Province this season. But in terms of the players, in terms of the agents, perhaps, are players pushing for those overseas moves, or specifically a move to the one league that really seems to matter right now, the English Women's League?
Yes, we have to think about the quality of play over there, and the quality is next level. If you have players of the England team playing there, you can just imagine how good the quality of rugby is. And I think definitely some of the players would love, especially our youngsters. You would learn so much, and all of us would learn so much out of rugby in England. And if your agent is very good and your game speaks for yourself, so then definitely the opportunities are there. And I think because women's rugby in South Africa did well, our opportunities are there to go overseas. They're looking at us as South Africans.
100%. As they should be. As they should be. We are a rising force in international rugby, of course, approaching, hopefully, a consistent status in that top 10 before attacking the very top echelons of the game. Because as we saw during the Rugby World Cup, although, of course, there's plenty of pontificators saying before that knockout match, the quarterfinal against New Zealand, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be a massive score against us. Then after the first half ended, we were all on the edge of our seats, wondering if we could pull off something special. So things are moving in the right direction. But of course, we won't say too much about New Zealand rugby right now.
Yes, let's say about South Africans women's rugby getting into the top 10. And I think also we have to give credit to the players as well. They're really putting in the work, and especially from Saru's side too, they also giving the players opportunities to put in the work. So I think everyone's playing a huge role in women's rugby in South Africa growing, and we had great preparations before the World Cup in England. So yeah, we're very excited what the future holds. And if you look at the youngsters coming through this Pick and Pay Super League 1, you can just get excited about it.
So down getting some treatment is Kanya Ketani. Let's hope that's a severe cramp that she's dealing with there.
Okay,
looks like it's really uncomfortable.
Let's go, ladies.
As usual, referees remain cold-hearted. As you're screaming in pain on the ground, getting up, she says, okay, let's go. But rightly so, Giana Viljoen, her job is to move this game forward. Thematic's job is to get the injured player off the field, and Kanya Ketani, hopefully just with cramp and nothing to do with that strapping on the knee, is making a way from the... Yeah, it looks like the other leg. But her kicking has been very impressive. And Eloise, it's not something that every team has at their disposal. A kicker you can trust to find touch, to kick in play, to know the techniques of the grabber, kicking and having the distance as well, kicking for posts. I'm considering opening a kicking clinic for women in this country, for young ladies as they develop. But it is such an important part of the game.
I think you would have a lot of ladies there, and I think Mado Mgliks will be the first one there for this prop that thinks she is a flyer.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to teach them much, Eloise. That's the follow-up there. That's the caveat. We'll come, we'll have a good time, you know. Let's do it in Hermanus. Makes sense to me.
Definitely.
So, we've got a few minutes left here in this one. 10 minutes remaining. Border have failed to capitalize on the chance that they created for themselves around that halftime break. Scoring tries, red card for Boland, second yellow for Chloe Adams. At now Border have a chance from deep, an advantage being played. Ngwevu on the line, hunted by Tagarira. Good tackle made. The error comes. We're going back for the penalty. If Border want to win this match, they're going to have to be perfect.
Rafaru really standing up there against Apiwe. I think she's also been putting the hard work in. Really defensively and attackingly. And yes, definitely, Kanya worked on her kicking at Border. She's been playing for Border. Last year, there wasn't a lot of kicking in our game. So I think she really went back into the drawing board and she worked on her kicks. Because that's also not a real thing for Border. We love playing ball in hand. We almost never kick possession away. So I think that's a real positive thing for the Border ladies. Kanya just putting in the hard work to work on her kicking a bit.
Lines middle. Lines middle.
You're mixing up your wheeze there. Wee-hoo. Eloise? Look at the badge on your chest.
You can never throw Border away, Stubbs. But definitely Boland Damas is in it. That's my team.
The Eastern Cape, very sensitive to people turning their backs once they leave. When you leave, they take note. When you return, they make sure you haven't changed too much. Border with the feed to the line out here. A chance to strike. They're on their own 10-meter line. It starts with an efficient set piece. Great contest from Boland.
Line out.
They win the scrum. Some complaints for Border, potentially just jumping across the line slightly there from the Damas.
I think she confused the long hair, you know. Boys nowadays must wear long hair.
I'm not even going to step into that conversation, Giana. She's having a whale of a time out there. Not affected by the heat. She has a serious engine on her, our referee here today.
We need to finish now.
Onto the field comes Bohile Dinge.
Come on. Number 8. Number 8.
You can see referee Viljoen trying to keep the pace of this game up. Of course, this is not just her initiative. There are mandates and meetings during the week from referees that, especially in last week's game, the amount of injuries that happened during the match that ends up adding to the game clock. And we keep stopping the clock, of course, in rugby, but the match takes longer than you'd want it to take, especially for broadcast purposes. And of course, we broadcasters are the ones that really matter, Eloise.
I still miss it on the field, Stubbs, eh? But yes, I enjoy it a lot here in commentary. But yeah, as soon as I can be back, I'll be back.
Can't wait to see it. So, Boland on the attack. Wonderful depth in their back line, but the last pass does not hit its target. We're going back for a penalty advantage. But the way that the match is shaping up right now, it looks like Boland are dealing with the danger that Border presented. That score was absolutely crucial. That took the scoreline back out to over a single score for Border. Since then, they haven't managed to find the energy that they need to come back into this one.
On the 15.
Yeah, Boland Damas really controlling the game a little bit better at the moment, Stubbs. And I think Border is struggling with the heat and intensity-wise, they're just struggling here at the ends of the game.
Fisher back onto the field, not for the first time today. And Valentine, another wonderful out. You can see why she's won 51 caps. She is class. Quick question, Eloise. Coming off the bench, you prefer in the frigid cold or the extreme heat? Tough one, yeah.
Great question, Stubbs. Yes, I think the heat is better, eh?
Must be easier.
Otherwise, it's a bit difficult warming up there.
She just have to come down again.
So, here come Border. Penalty, Boland. It just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Felicia Jacobs. Felicia Jacobs! Felicia Jacobs just lit them up! She dots down! She puts a nail in the coffin! Boland are going to get the job done here today. Wow! Dynamic athlete. So fit, so fast, and a great head on her shoulders as well. She has dictated the pace of the second half. She has taken this game in her hands, and it's made all the difference here today.
Awesome game from Felicia Jacobs. I think she understands the game so well. Speeding up at the right time, slowing it down at the right time. Really good game from Felicia Jacobs.
So impressive. Nonkasana, not too bad herself. Looks like she's standing in line at bank. Lines it up, sends it wide for once, Nonkasana. She's been great off the tee. 38 points to 21 it remains. Rapid. Doing it with a smile on her face as well. Happy to share. It didn't work out that time. She dots down for the try.
She doesn't even look tired doing it.
No, she does not. How's the team spirit here in Boland?
Oh, awesome. I think the ladies are so happy there in Hermanus, and who can blame them? It's Hermanus. Beautiful place.
Let's go.
Yeah, and they just all get along.
Sneaky wine tour every now and then, perhaps? We'll keep that to yourself. On we go here. Boland with ball in hand. Tagarita. The numbers out to the left here, but they just had not much space to work in. The hands had to be perfect. The depth had to be a bit better as well. Knock-on comes, but there'll be some relief in the ranks of Border. Border gave them a real scare. Positive signs from Border here today for their season going forward.
Time check.
We definitely can't fault Border's effort here today. I think they really came out and they showed everyone what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, they drove from the Eastern Cape to Cape Town.
Yes.
That takes a lot out of a player, and for them to come here today and perform like this, you have to have credit to them.
100%. And think about their start to the season. Bulls, Boland. Rough times for Border. Anyway, they've managed it, and they almost had a chance of seeing victory here, but they really took it away from themselves with some inaccuracy. It does seem that towards the end of the first half, as well as towards the end of the second, that fitness might be an issue for Border.
Definitely an issue for Border, and it's something they can work on, subs. It's early in the season, and they can still, by the end of the season, be a quality team in their fitness department. So it's definitely something that they can go back and work on, and the skill set is there.
It sure is. Louise, you could even say they don't even miss you at all.
They definitely don't miss me, Stubbs.
No.
5. Set.
Boland to feed the scrum. 17 points to the good. Victory looking secure here on home turf. And they will be thinking already about the challenge which is to come next week, and perhaps getting their scrum working properly, a part of that preparation for next weekend when they take on the champions, the Bulls Daisies. Little handling errors like that, not a part of the preparation. So the tap and go comes again from Boland. It's been so successful for them, dictating the tempo of the match and keeping that high, because Border have struggled to retreat and keep the defensive lines right. This woman is special. Ngwevu over the ball, forces the turnover. The kick over the top is perfectly timed as well. See far too little of this in the women's game. The option was there at the back, but guess who's there to tidy up? Felicia Jacobs on the ball. The pass, perfection. Popped over the top as well, and it's all on the bounce here. Brilliantly taken in by Toma Delubom. Now completely isolated. Header recognizing the opportunity. Puts in the tackle on Kaza. And Boland win the penalty. Defensive intensity.
There.
Achiswa Lufuta with the tap and go. Sends it away. Pardon me, that's Soga for Boland with the tap in. Hele now. She pops it to the outside where she finds Chibilika. Soga. The fresh legs of Carolicia Fisher.
No, release.
Well, that desperate attempt at the turnover.
Just there.
Not paying off that time. The tap and go again from Boland, with the hooter having sounded. Jacobs slings it wide, and the cherry on top comes from Ropamaja. A perfect expression of what the second half has been. Boland Damas unleashing themselves on border, stretching their lead here in the second half and showing who's boss.
Felicia Jacobs involved again. Awesome game from Felicia Jacobs. Ropa also awesome try. That looks a little bit more like Boland Damas to me.
Yeah, looking great. And some evidence that Felicia Jacobs is indeed human. She might be struggling with cramp. I'm not sure. It might be something else, but I'm going to choose to believe it's cramp so that I can believe more in myself. What a match from Felicia Jacobs. Tagarira from the tee. Oh, yes, she can do it all. Welcome to Boland, Rufaro Tagarira. She's going to have a great time here. The woman of the match last time out against Free State, shining this time around. Ropa Magic getting the try, and that's appropriate as well, because listen, the loose trio of Boland Damas is real driving force behind why they are such a good side this year. Burle Sonamzi, Ropa Magia, Aseza Hele, each one of them class in their own way. You saw Sonamzi so dynamic today with ball carry and chasing after those rucks. Magia has a kind of balance between the chasing and the big ball carrying, and you know about Aseza Hele. She's all about one thing. She's got one gear. So, there's your result for the Pick and Pay Women's Super League 1, Round 2. Sanlam Boland Damas victorious on home turf by 45 points to 21. What a wonderful day here in Wellington. And wonderful to share it with you as well, Eloise. Just tell me, to sum it up, what did you make of that match? Border looking pretty good in the first half, fell away in the second. What did you make of it overall for both sides?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of penalties from both sides, so that is a big concern for them, but it's definitely something both teams can work on. But there's quality in the rugby we're playing at the moment. I think there's a lot of good things we can take out, Border and Boland Damas. So I think if we can work on the little errors that we have, it's going to be a great Super League.
Eloise, tell us about the Springbok Women's Year going forward as I charge down to the field to do some interviews. Fill us in, will you?
Yes, it's a big year for the Springbok Women's team here in South Africa. We have quite a lot of tests coming up. We're very excited. But we'll see how the Super League goes. Hopefully we get some new talent coming through the ranks and makes it a little bit more difficult for us older people to come back into the squad. It's going to help all of us, and hopefully the rugby just keeps on growing here in South Africa.
Off to a good start. 2 wins, but you got a scare there from Border in the first half. What's your assessment of this match?
I think we took Border up too lightly after the Bulls, and we couldn't actually see much of them on the video because they were just basically defending. We couldn't see the attacking to work out a defense structure, and they came hard, and I think our girls were complacent. And number 2, we started with a different team to give the other girls also some starting time. But when our bomb squad came on, stuff changed a bit, and also in the second half, we woke up a bit.
A couple of words on the new players in your squad, because there are some impressive ones.
Yeah, we found a few talents this year from last year, like our number props. Giana grew up from last year now. She's getting better. And Tandy is a special player which we'll work on. And Fafa, Rufaro, the 1 center, 12. It was all ladies that came through our Super 8 club rugby structure that we identified.
So next week, it's the big one against the Bulls. I know that your team is aiming for the very top. How do you prepare for a team like the Daisies?
Next one, to us, next week is just a match. We're not looking at it as the Bulls or the big one, as a match, and we can prepare like we normally do, go through our systems and work a bit on special tricks for them. But further, we're just carrying on what we're doing.
We're loving you guys so far. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. We got 2 wins, 2 bonuses. That's our aim, so we're on the right path. Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Must I do this?
I was just going to hand it. Yes, please. Can you come? The finest woman on the field today, it is Felicia Jacobs. Congratulations, Felicia. Handover happening now with her coach, Mr. Charles. Felicia, a quick word. Felicia, a quick word. Please, quick one. Felicia, bring it in. Felicia, please, please. The people need to hear. Come on, come on. Just what's beyond humility? Come on, Felicia, let's go. Felicia, 1 second. Felicia, some quick questions. We know you're a humble one. Brilliant play. You're not even breathing heavily after a match like that. A great start to the season. How's the squad feeling? Felicia! Okay. Nothing from Felicia today. What a wonderful match we had. Anybody else want to come and speak to me from the Boland Damas? A team full of humble women, that much is for sure. We've had a wonderful day here in Wellington. Another victory for Boland Damas. Bulls coming up next week. This is the Pick and Pay Women's Super League. Wrapping up round 2.